I did it. I was in control of my own music and I did it. Yay! Happy Monday, everyone. Let me find your comments over here. Woo, doggies. Oh, my goodness. Do I look a little frazzled? I've been running and shaking and moving this morning. For those that don't know, I forgot to bring my. We're drawing a winner today. By the way, we're drawing a winner. In fact, stand by. I don't want to forget this. We have got to bring this over here. Here's my name. I'm so prepared today. Woo. I've got, it's just paper, boosh. I've got me. I got 300 and 40 names in a bucket to pick. I'm going to pick 2 winners. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to pick 2 winners for the virtual ticket for the Boss Reseller Remix. We're going to do that today. For those that don't know who I am honestly not a crazy woman. I really am not. But I am Danny Ackerman, also known as the Niche Lady. This is my channel. And Mondays, we go live and talk about something to do with reselling because that is the business I am in. This is my co-host, Bougie, what are you dropping all over? What are you doing? Now, for those who weren't here on Friday during my live, Bougie had a momentous day. Bougie took his first real flight on Friday. So Bougie can now fly around the room. So this could get interesting. It could get interesting. So he is my little character. It's almost his birthday. Yes, he is a Quaker parrot. And he is 1 year old. He's within days of being 1 year old. I got to look and see what his exact hatch date is. But our little Bougie is all grown up now, aren't you? You want to dance? Dance? Yeah. I'm going to get you a disco ball. I am. All right. So today we are going to talk about something that came up very strongly for me while I was doing my full access member coaching yesterday. And that is all of the things that having an eBay store can do for you other than just a reduction of fees. Because a lot of people think that getting an eBay store only has to do with lowering your fees after a certain amount of listings and getting so many free. It is so much more than that. And that is what we're going to talk about today. Because I also hear a lot of people talking about how slow sales are, not getting enough views, not getting enough traffic. So it all ties in with what you have the ability to do when you have an eBay store. So we're going to talk about that today. And Bougie knows instinctively how to fly, just not land. Well, actually, it was that his feathers had to grow out because when we got him as a baby, they had clipped his wings. And we don't clip wings. We believe birds were made to fly, and that's how they burn their energy. So we're very happy that our birds fly. And we take super duper mega precautions that no doors or windows get opened while a bird is out. So no worries there. But we love that our birds can fly. It's our own personal viewpoint on things, and we make it work. And other people need them to be clipped because they don't. If you have small children, somebody else who could potentially leave doors or windows open, then it's more of a hazard. But we got it all nailed down. So we're very happy when they finally can fly. What happened? I'm looking over I always oh no, there's something in capitals. So Tiffany, I think Tiffany's over here. Tiffany, are you here? What did I miss? Anyway, driving and listening. You were driving and typing too, weren't you? All right. Sometimes I try to catch up. On the chat over here when I can. Oh, she timed out. Darlene. Uh-oh. Oopsie. Oh, that's because I forgot to do subscriber only chat. My bad. Sometimes my brain. Oh, one of my mods is trying to tell me what's going on. All right. So, no worries. It's a very short timeout, so no worries. We'll get her back. Darlene will be back with us. So let me ask the question over here in the chat. I'm trying to think of the shorter answer here. Who has not gotten an eBay store because they don't see the benefit? If you could just kind of get I want to just know who I'm talking to today. And in the same token, I do want to know, how many of those of you who are watching actually, you know that the eBay store has value, but you don't know how to use all the bells and whistles. Let's do that question too. Bougie is pretty much full grown. He might just fill out a little bit and look more mature, but he's pretty much full size. Are you full size? I know you're so happy. You're clicking. You're a happy bird. Bougie, are you full size? Are you gonna grow anymore? Really? There you go. All right, let's see. Haven't opened a store yet. Yes. I feel like being a casual now and then reseller isn't enough to have a store. That very well may be. We're going to talk about that. I haven't because I started a couple of months ago. Not sure what the benefits are versus cost. Analysis is needed. Yep. I'm really new, so I'm in this to learn as much as possible. Okay, good. Data gathering is good as long as it doesn't paralyze you from taking steps forward. I don't have enough stuff to start one, maybe 6 months. Okay, we'll talk about that. I'm confused about when to get a store. Okay, good. Well, we're gonna talk about all of that today. Welcome, Bob, to the Niche Nation. We're so happy to have you. Don't know all the bells and whistles. Okay, excellent. Oh, Cheryl just upgraded from a premium store to a premium store. And I know I don't use all the bells and whistles, but I'm almost at 1,200 listings. Fantastic. Yeah, so let's just talk about the fee thing first. So obviously everybody gets some zero insertion fee listings now. And there is a point where you can go along without an eBay store and you have those, what we call free listings, and not incur any extra listing fees, but you will pay higher final value fees. Keep that in mind. But there comes a certain point where your store is going to become more than just a place to sell stuff for some of you. Some of you are going to stay a casual seller, a hobby seller, and that's fine. Who I'm really talking to is those that want and need this to become a real steady income. You want a little more control over consistency of those sales. You want to be able to bring people to your listings a little easier and make this something viable. So that's really my focus when I'm talking about the things that I see as value with the eBay store. And I'm going to talk about how you utilize the things in the store to do just that. Does that make sense? Mikey bags of money in the house. Some of you really want to do that. Okay, well, that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. So if you are a casual seller, an eBay store still might be a benefit, depending on, because that means a lot of things to a lot of people. Sometimes it means you could have hundreds of listings, but you don't necessarily need that income for your expenses. It's like your fun money. That's what it used to be for me for a long time. It was fun money. Even though I made thousands of dollars, it was still not counted on as the the part that we used of our joint income to pay the rent and pay the utilities and all that. It was our going out money. It was our vacation money. It was all of that. So some of you have that, where an eBay store might still make a lot of sense. But if it's just, I'm going to sell something for fun every now and then, you really do have to analyze cost versus reward. Like, are you even going to use the things that it gives you to utilize? So one of the big benefits of an eBay store is it gives you your own brand. It gives you your own presence, so to speak, in this virtual mall that we call eBay. And that's really what it is. Like, eBay is the largest mall in the world, if you will. And we all rent space inside that mall. So store owners have a store. Some have a little store. Some have a bigger, like a department store. Your presence in that mall really equates to how big of a space you have. How many listings do you have to drive people into your store? Those that, are like casual sellers, hobby sellers, you are the peeps out there with the little kiosks out in the middle who are out there just kind of attracting people by chance as they go by. That's my analogy of I like pictures. In case you haven't noticed with me, I like to have something to visually connect a concept. So that's kind of how I speak and teach too. So we're all in this big mall. Now, who has never been to a mall? Let me see if I have anybody here who's never been to a mall. And I'm going to tell you, as the years go by, that number is going to increase when I ask that question, because malls are becoming kind of a thing of the past. Like, malls are closing. Malls are not attracting the people they used to. My age, we hung out at the mall. That was fun time. Parents could drop you off at the mall. You hang out with your friends for hours and all there. So I have to wait for the lag for you to actually hear the question that I just asked, because you didn't hear me yet. You didn't hear me yet. Let me see. Anybody? So maybe that means that everybody has been to a mall and knows what a mall is. The younger generations are not going to be able to answer that question as easily. All right. So everybody knows what a mall is. So my visualization then is accurate. So now picture you have a store. Let's say these two stores might sell the exact same thing. They might be exact same type of merchandise. So you got the one store and they have a beautiful window display and it's well lit and it's very inviting to walk inside of this store. So that's one store. The other one, the shelves are a little bare. They don't really have anything, in the window that tells you about them or what they sell. And the lights might be a little dim. Which store do you think you're most likely to go in and shop? I mean, that's kind of what do you call it? That's a rhetorical question. But I wanted to give you that visualization. Oh, cool, Diane. Yeah, some of you can't even remember the last time you were in a mall. Yeah, haven't been in a mall for a long time. But you know what it is. You know what it is. Okay. I know he's having fun back there. So that is the ability that we have as eBay store owners. We have tools given to us, but I would wager to say most people who have an eBay store don't put up a nice brand. They don't put up a nice logo. They don't develop themselves as a place that invites people in. So in essence, you're that little dark store and your shelves may or may not be full, but maybe they're not well organized. Maybe it's just not an inviting place to come in and shop. So what we want to create using the eBay tools is this beautiful, inviting place where your ideal customer who's going to come in there and spend lots of money is going to come in and spend lots of money. You want them to go and see what else you have listed. You want them to do a combined order, and you want them to come back and buy again. See, that's the other thing. We want repeat business as well. So the little store next door, I know what you're thinking. I know what you're doing right now. I see it coming. Yeah, he's getting ready to, yeah, I knew it. As long as you behave yourself, you can stay there, okay? We cool? You gonna be good? All right, he's just gonna groom me for a while because this is what he does. He can fly now. So if you really want to build this into something where people will remember you, they will come. Please don't do that in my ear. That was really loud. And yeah. This is talking back. You're distracting me. Why you do this to me? You're so bad. What are you doing? What are you doing? What were we saying? So with the eBay store, you literally can have the same branding. You can have the same presence as a big corporation with lots of money because it doesn't look any different. Why are you biting my shoulders again? I really don't like that. I'm gonna knock you off my shoulder. We're gonna have some words here in a minute, boy. Don't suck up after you do something naughty. That is no, you don't get to just suck up after you do something naughty. Oh, you were just sassy today. You're sassy. His new thing is biting my shoulder because he got a reaction out of it before. So my thing is I have to fight reacting, even though it hurts. Oh, don't say bad. We call our pets shamey. Okay, so literally you have a bigger advantage than a big corporate store because you don't have to go and take, ideas into a boardroom and get approval from a bunch of different people and a bunch of different departments. I don't understand it. I don't know what his thing is. I'm hoping he just gets tired of it. You get to make changes immediately. You are your board. You can go in and you can make beautiful designs. And we now have the power of things such as Canva.com. And this is what I showed people on my live. Yes. Okay. No, you're biting me. And this is not okay. I'm not supposed to talk to him when I do that. That's what Rachel says. Don't talk to him when you're like putting him back. You can go to Canva.com and literally create your brand and your logo and all of that and be good to go in like an hour or less. Like he's sucking up then when he does it. It's like, dude, go back up there. It's so funny though. How do you not react? It's so funny. No. You're not going to be able to be my co-host anymore. Peanut will be my co-host. How's that? You want that? You're just causing problems. Get a bird, they said. It'll be fun, they said. All right. He's like full of it today. Oh, he's coming back over. Yeah, he's coming back over. There's nothing I can do. He's unstoppable. We'll go with it. All right. So I see some of you over there saying things like you're afraid nobody will buy your stuff. And like, so fear, which is a whole nother topic, that fear, that anxiety is is like, you're putting that in your head. Like, you can create that happening. You can make it so nobody buys your stuff. So what we tend to do is we just sabotage ourselves by just not even like moving forward, not even opening the store, not even getting stuff on the shelves, because what if nobody wants to buy it anyway? See that? See that? What the worst case scenario is, somebody doesn't buy your stuff, and then it's like, so what? So what? You learn from that. Stuff that doesn't sell, you don't keep buying that kind of stuff. You start evolving into the things that people are going to want to buy. He's biting me very, very hard. And it's very hard not to say OUCH, which is like, he loves that word. And he actually says that word now sometimes. And what are you doing? Yeah, you go over here. Holy moly. You stay over there. I'll give you another pistachio. You want this? Will you stay there if I give you this? Okay, you're saying yeah, but I don't believe you. Stay busy for a while. You need something else that takes him a while to eat. Okay, so yeah, Canva is super easy, you guys. Canva is incredibly user-friendly, and you can go in there. It's free. You can play around. They have templates. Let me show you Canva. Let me go over here. Share my screen. I will show you, just because I know some people are visual and they want to see what I'm talking about. So here's Canva. You want to create a design. Here we go. Let's say I want to create and I kind of went through this yesterday. Oh, I already had an eBay store in there. So they don't have an eBay store cover, but they have Etsy shop cover. So you could literally just pull up the template and look at these professional looking things. And then you can go in here and change this to your own thing and take stuff out. And you can change out these pictures too and put your own pictures in. This is just the template. Or if you find one that you just really like how it looks, just change your own thing. Like, this is how easy Canva is. And then you download it and then you upload it. And you can have this beautiful, beautiful, professional looking banner. Like, it's really, really that easy. Like, I encourage you, if you have an eBay store and you haven't done this yet, go over there and create something that looks beautifully professional. People really appreciate it. The other thing, bird. So create yourself a logo. And then this can be your thumbnail for your store. You really need to stop biting my shoulder. You really, really do. So same thing. We can bring over any of these little templates over here. Look at that. And you can change each little box. You can change to whatever you want. You could even change out the hippo. In fact, one of the things you can do is change his color. Oh, he has multiple colors here. So you could make him a blue hippo here. Oh, let's make him a blue hippo here. Oh, let's make him a little bluer hippo here. See what you can do? There's so many things you can do with Canva. So go have some fun with Canva and play around and create yourself an eBay store banner and a logo that'll be your little thumbnail. I think Christy is forgetting that I'm live right now. She's messaging me about other stuff. This bird. See, that was his OWW. Yeah, because that's normally what we end up saying when he gets a little rough. You're getting too rough, mister. Goodness. We're on camera, dude. You can't be doing that on camera. What are you doing? You want a kiss? Kiss, kiss. He is in a biting mood today. We are not going to bite today. We are not going to bite today. No biting today. All right. Behave yourself. All right. Do you guys have any questions about that? Because that's like the first. Oh my gosh. He's not going to be able to be in here until he learns some manners. We're gonna have to do some off-camera work, I do think, because he's getting a little big for his britches here. It's time to do a little bird training. So anybody got any questions about that very first thing? That's step one. Create your beautiful brand. And this is think like you're a big store. Don't think small. Don't think small, think big. Think as if your space is just as important as the big box store. I know I'm going to get comments after the fact that say, you really shouldn't have the bird on there. He's really distracting. And then I'll get some of you who come here for the bird and could care less what I'm saying. So I just can't with you, Boosh. Boosh, Boosh, Boosh. It's a pen. It's a pen. Ooh, but we're going to use it. You do that. I'm going to get you with the pen. I'm going to get you with the pen. I'm going to get you with it. Oh, goodness. Yeah, he just eats it too fast. And then he's back over here for more. I know he wants my attention, but we're going to renegotiate your contract, young man. That's what we're going to do. You're going to be in trouble. Yeah, you are. Oh, yeah, you are. Oh, you love the bird. Okay, good, because he's really being a little impossible today. Oh, he doesn't really like that. Okay. That'll be my new little, stop it. Oh, goodness. Okay, here's a question. Thank you, Chance. Save me here. I have things in my store right now that I got when I first started that really doesn't match me. Should I nix them or keep them? How many total items do you have in your store? I'll ask you that first. So a niche is something you develop over time. And again, I want you guys to think big. Big retail has spent thousands of dollars to figure out retail strategy and retail merchandising and retail, and what goes with what and what customer buys what. We can learn from them. You can do the same thing on a smaller scale, even with used goods. So if you know what your customers tend to like, you can fill your store with those kind of things and stop buying the things that are slower sellers. Even within a niche, if you are a shoe seller and your men's athletic shoes are flying off the shelves, but your women's high heels are kind of sitting, well, then I need to put my focus on what's selling and a little less focus on what's not selling if I've done everything else possible to make those sell and they're just not selling. So those are things that you study your own data and can figure out and go, this is what's going to grow my store and grow my sales. So every one of us has that ability. We don't have to buy everything that we see that somebody else buys and has success with. We can develop our own. We can be unique. We can make our own. Even within selling the same things, we can be unique. And that is what big retail does. There's a lot of competition for big retail, and yet they all survive, and they all survive just well, except for the ones who don't pay attention to their numbers and to their data and to what's working and what's not. See, that is the key. And so the eBay store gives you tools to be able to do that as well. You have behind the scenes reports. You have the ability to run sales on just a category. That one really hurt, but I can't let him know that. And then he comes and he sucks up. It's like he knows. He's like a little child that comes up and hits you with a toy to get a reaction. And then here we go. Yeah. He's watching my every moves too. You see how he's watching my every move to see which of these moves has to do with what he's doing. And yet I'm just talking. You're just my today. There you go. Get back. Ooh, that works. I'm going to do that next time. You know, okay, that one really hurt, but I could not let him know that hurt. Okay, so the other thing that you guys have seen him every week. This is like the spunkiest he's ever been. Like this, it's like he's found some newfound like craziness this week, which we're gonna have to work on. Mods, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I did not do subscriber only chat today. Knock them out. Block them out. Take care of them. Okay. Goodness. And StreamYard doesn't tell me when that's been done. So if somebody can just give me a little thumbs up that we are A-okay on that. Because I don't want that stuff to stick around any longer than normal. Okay. So the other thing you can do is have categories. I kind of jumped ahead with the sale thing. So your categories in your store, think of it as you walk through the door. That's somebody clicking over to your store. Now, once they're in your store, they can choose which department they want to go to. That is your categories. So you want to make it easy for them to go to the women's clothing section or the men's shoes or whatever you sell. Set yourself up with departments. Now, I will show you what I've done with my store. Stand by. Because I sell a whole lot of stuff. Let me share my screen again. Boop. So here is my store. You can see I need to redo my banner because it's old. I just haven't gotten to it for a while. But you can see these are all pictures that I added into this template. I put the colors, and then this has been my logo for a very, very, very long time. So I'm not changing it. But if you come down here, now it's on all items, but I can go to categories. And then look, I've got bling and flare where I put vintage fashion if it's going to be in there. So mine are pretty generic, but it channels people where I want them to go. True antiques, great gift ideas. So I get the shopper that's just coming over for gifts, paintings, prints, and sculptures, vintage glass and pottery, things to brighten your home, and animals to make you smile. eBay always adds the other. I try not to have anything in the other. And then if you click on any one of those, it's going to take you to the items that I have for sale that are in that category. I'm looking for, I think this one has maybe I don't have anything with subcategories. I thought I did. I guess this is the only one that I have subcategories only work if you actually have things. I have subcategories under here, but I don't have anything channeled into them is why. So it just channels your customers. Be nice. Where you want them to go. So that is the beautiful thing about an eBay store is those categories are made by you. All right. As long as you go back to your perch, we're good. Don't I have a video showing how to set up an eBay store? I do, Brenda. I have a lot of those how-to videos within, I forget what my playlist is called. That's should be how to sell on eBay or something to that effect. So I do have like step-by-step setting up. It's changed a little bit since I've done them, but it's still basically the same concepts on there. But thank you, Brenda, for mentioning that. I have done many, 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 many videos on a lot of this stuff. You have so many different things. That would be awesome. Yeah. So this takes all of those things that you have listed and now makes it very, very easy for your customers to shop and find not only maybe that one thing that kind of brought them into your store, but now they can go down your aisle, so to speak, and look at everything on the shelves and go, oh, wow, I like that. And I like that. And I like that. Because who walks into us, and we're talking like a real store, who walks into a real store and just puts one thing in their cart? No. We want the impulse purchasing. We want the buyers to find all the other stuff that we have for sale too. And that is one of the biggest things that the eBay store can do for you is give you those departments, those categories that you create. Now, I have, and this is what's interesting. I'm going to try to show you my behind the scenes because I have other categories, but you don't see them because I don't have them populated right now. One of which is, stand by, manage my store. There we go. Go manage my store. Yes, eBay has all kinds of new stuff going on. Wow, they have changed it. I love when they change things. There we go. And I haven't been in there a while. Okay, let me share my screen again. Oops, that's not the one I want to do. I'm going to do that one. So you can see here, I have this called special values. And underneath special values, I have a 25% off and I have a 50% off. And so this is a strategy that I use so that I don't have to discount everything in my store when I do a markdown sale. I can just put the things in these two categories on sale. Now, what criteria do I use to put things into those categories? The time listed. So depending what it is, if I have an item that I had expected to sell within 3 months, I'm going to bump it into the 25% off category at the 3-month mark. There's other items that I'll give a little bit more time to because they're long tail items, but there's a certain point where I say, you know what, enough's enough. Let's bump those over into the 50%. And at some point you can decide to bump some of your 25% and convert them into your 50% or whatever those numbers are for you. But a 50% off sale is really, really enticing to a lot of people to get that stuff liquidated and moved out. So I set up my sales and only put those categories on sale. That way I'm not discounting. Mouse, come back to me. Did you guys see? I'm over here trying to get my mouse to come down when I didn't have it on the proper screen to do so. Let me see what you guys are saying over here. To enhance photos directly on eBay, that is not an option without a store. Oh, I didn't know that, Dawn. Well, there's another perk is that you can edit your photos right on eBay with the eBay store. Yep. Other resellers say not to get a store until you're selling a certain amount for a certain time or set amount of times. And I disagree with that. So I'm going to give you a case in point. I have always learned in all of my years of training in the business world. See, I didn't just go and do like reseller training. I've always been in how to build a business training because that's what we're doing. This is just a business. I mean, it's an eBay business, but it is a business. So strategy for business in general works for an eBay store. And what I was always taught, and this is what I try to gear you guys to do, think about the future. Where do you want to be in 1 year? Where do you want to be in 3 years? Where do you want to be in 5 years? What does your business look like? Because if you've got plans that in 5 years, you've got this mega business, you don't want to start thinking about how you're setting that up when you're at the point of, oh, shoot, now I've got 1,000 listings and now I've got to sit here and find a category for each one of them and do all this work when you could have been doing that right from the start. So case in point, I am opening a thrift store. It's happening. I was going to show you guys the key. I got the keys. We're setting up. That's why I'm a little bit of a crazy woman this week because all these things have to come together now. But we're setting up our cash register system, our point of sale system, and we need tags so that we can, we could go old school. We could do a manual cash register and pump in numbers and do all that. We could do that and it would be super cheap and we could go on that way for quite a while. My vision for this thrift store is to be as big as Goodwill. I want branches all over the United States, and I want to create that competition for the other big corporate thrift stores that don't understand who their customer is many times, and they don't understand pricing in their stores. So that's my vision. That's where I want to be in 5 years. So I am setting it up from the beginning with the same system that Goodwill uses. Is it going to be a little tedious at first and cost me a little extra? Yes, it is, but I'm laying that foundation for where I want to be versus having to convert later down the road and spend that more time and money. It also tells your brain, let's keep moving. This is where we're going to. So I am a firm believer that if you have a vision of having a thriving reselling business, think about that right from the start. Do you need the eBay store from the word go? The only reason I would say no to that is just because of how eBay limits you on how many things you can list. But what I would say is, yes, the starter store is $5 a month. Starter store is $5 a month, and then gives you the capability to lay out your departments, to lay out your shopping experience for your customers. It brands you right from the beginning. You can do your own marketing, and we're going to talk about marketing in a second. And you can build and grow, and then you've got the foundation. So that is the reason I disagree with waiting. It depending on where you want to be, thinking about what your goals are for the future. Because if you think about those goals now, you are more likely to attain them. In fact, if you write them down, you're even more likely to attain them. And I'm living proof of that, guys. I'm living proof. I set my goals, I set my numbers, I set where I want to be, and then I make them happen. Like my whole business is driven towards reaching that goal. You've got purpose. You're not just getting up in the morning and going, yeah, I need to get some listings done. You're like, you know what? In order for me to reach this amount of money by this date, I need to do this many listings. And now your brain is in motivated mode to get that done. So that was a very, very, very long way of saying, I believe in having a store very, very early on. And then the next thing is marketing. We all know eBay is not really looking out for the little guy anymore. They've got big corporations pouring thousands of dollars into, hey, put my listings up and give me these big ads and send people to my listings from other listings kind of stuff going on. But you, with an eBay store, have complete power and control over pushing people to your store. And we have the power of social media. So you have Pinterest, you have Instagram, you have Twitter. Does anybody even tweet anymore? Twitter's gotten weird. We have Facebook, of course, and we have TikTok, and it's growing and growing and growing, this whole social presence thing. And we have just as much power to push people to our store as the big corporations do now. In fact, I feel like we have a little more because people are going to trust someone who they have developed this relationship with, even if it's just an online Facebook page kind of thing with regular postings, or Instagram, versus like, oh, we know you're a big corporation and no matter what warm fuzzy thing you post, we don't really trust you. So we have a lot of power with that. And your eBay store just makes it easy to send people there. Now, I saw a question over here about why, did somebody ask why my store name is Utterly? I think I saw that over there. So I didn't become the niche lady until about 2 years ago. Before that, I was just utterly good stuff. That was my persona before I did the whole YouTube thing. Utterly good stuff. I have Utterly Good Enterprises is, my LLC, it's, and that derived from the fact that I raised and showed Nubian dairy goats for many years, and my life revolved around udders, because you have to milk dairy goats twice a day, every day, for 300 days a year. Every 12 hours, you must be milking those goats. So I knew udders were part of everything for me. So that's where I got utterly good stuff. Before that, when we were able to use our emails as our user ID, I know some of you don't even remember those days. Some of you do. We could use our email address as our ID. And I was Danny at horsefeathersfarm.com because Horse Feathers Farm was my thoroughbred farm name. And then everything just got like weird. But the other reason was I thought, oh, it'd be really, really easy to brand something with udders. People will remember udders. And that's why I have the silly cow showing its udders as my logo there. That's how the name came about. And I used a cow because most people don't relate a goat with udders. So it was just all that mental connection. So the thrift store is going to be named The Good Stuff Thrift Store. And I left out the utterly because people get confused how to spell the utterly. They want to spell it the correct way. So we are just The Good Stuff Thrift Store, and we are a co-op. So we are actually a co-op with several nonprofits who are going to be driving the donation of goods. So it's all donated goods, but the money is going back into the nonprofits who are donating the goods. And then we're running it, we're processing, we're pricing, we're doing all the work, taking a little cut for us and sending them checks. But it's mostly like, you know, nonprofits that can't run their own thrift store. So that's how we're going to do it. I'm just watching for any questions to come in. Oh, they want, so you can go to utterlygoodstuff.com and get to my store. So here's the other thing you can do. You guys can go buy a domain name. You can buy the domain name that matches your store name and just redirect it right to your eBay store. So a lot of you know about things like Shopify, and everybody thinks, oh, I could go have a Shopify store and then I can market. Well, the eBay store can do the same thing for you. You pay Shopify basically just to host like a website that's a store, and it's got like all the little bells and whistles that make it so you can have a store with the shopping cart and blah, 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 blah. So your eBay store is basically the same thing. The only other perk is that with eBay, it is going to drive organic traffic, not like it used to, but it's still going to drive organic traffic if people search for something, whereas your Shopify store is completely dependent on you marketing your Shopify store. So you can put the same effort into marketing on an eBay store as you would a Shopify store or your own website or anything. And so just think of it that way, as like eBay's giving me my own website, my own storefront that runs off of a shopping cart. They manage all that. They file the sales tax. They do all of this stuff for my website because that's really what you're paying for. And you get a reduction in the fees that you pay. You pay, is it 1 or 2% in most categories less per item when you sell it than you do if you don't have a store. So there is that too. If you set up a store, what is the percentage that eBay takes? So they've changed everything by category. There are charts. Let me see if I can find it real quick. If you just go search eBay store fees on Google, it's going to pull up. It's going to pull up a eBay page, and then there's lots of charts. So here's the prices of your store. If you just go month to month, these are the prices. If you commit to a year, these are the prices. But this is still the price you pay per month. You don't pay it all up front. Insertion fees. We want to get down. Here we go. You get this many insertions, but look at the price difference as you get up to like the premium store, 10 cents versus 25 cents after you get those 1,000 listings in there. But you also are going to pay a higher, here we go, you're going to pay a higher final value fee. So most categories, 12.9 books, magazines, movies, 14.6. And this is a starter store. And then it should have the next level, basic, premium, and anchor. It goes down, so it's almost 1% lower for a any store above the starter. So you're at about 12%, unless you're in books and magazines and heavy equipment. So it just depends on what level of store. Now, women's purses, you're at 13%. Men's shoes, 7%. So it depends what you're selling. Most collectibles, 12%. So we like to just say 12%. It's basically 12%. Sorry, it was blurry, but you can just, if you Google eBay store fees, it's going to pull up that page for you. It's usually the first result. People were asking on my video yesterday who Rebecca is, and they're here today asking who Rebecca is. So many of you, if you went and did the live thrifting, I used to go over to Dog Junkies thrift store and do live thrifting. Rebecca was the manager over at the Dog Junkies thrift store. And she left Dog Junkies, and I swooped her up, said, I need you. So Rebecca is now going to be the manager of the Good Stuff thrift store. And also, I just want to publicly say here, there have been some viewers who have gone into Dog Junkies and told the owner that I said not to shop there. And I will be very clear. I have never said not to shop at Dog Junkies. Never have I said that. The purpose of that thrift store is to raise money for the nonprofit called A Home for Spot. And A Home for Spot does amazing, amazing work rescuing dogs, many times dogs that nobody else wants to put the time and energy into. And so I would never tell you to stop supporting a nonprofit that is doing amazing work. So please, I just wanted to clear that up right there. You heard it here publicly with everybody watching. I have never, ever, ever said not to go and shop at Dog Junkies. And I want you guys to continue to go shop at Dog Junkies. In fact, I think I am going to go shop at Dog Junkies tomorrow. How's that? Yeah, so Rebecca works for me, and she will be managing the new thrift store. Whew, got that out there. I did stop shopping there out of respect for Rebecca, but things are fine now. Like, things are fine, and I am going to go back and shop at Dog Junkies. Right. Here's the other thing. I just want to get out here in this last 5 minutes that we have. If you ever leave a comment on one of my videos and you get a response with my thumbnail, but it says anything other than the niche lady alone, my channel name, it is not from me. There are people trying to get you to go over to Cash App and WhatsApp and Telegram. That's not me, guys. Report those. Please report those when you see them. That is a scammer. I would never, ever, 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 ever do that. And I catch them as quickly as I can, but sometimes hours go by and they get in there and they leave hundreds of replies, and it's a nightmare. It truly is a nightmare. All right. Any final questions on that, guys? I can't stress enough that you have so much control over building your business, over branding and marketing, and it's just a very, very tiny percentage of sellers take advantage of that. And that right there, that piece sets you apart from all of those millions of other eBay sellers. If you put a little time and attention into not only opening your eBay store, but making it look like a place that people want to come into when they walk by your little virtual piece of, let's see what he does this time, your little virtual shop in the big virtual mall. So you have that power to bring people in. I've tried, Kathy. It's really, really hard. If I just keep letting you guys know, and then that if you see any of those comments, if you report them and let people know that it's not, nope, not me, eventually maybe they'll go away. Yeah, I'm sorry. Well, the test was me. That was just a faux pas on my part. Faux pas. Yeah, it does. It happens to all the YouTubers. Once the channel starts to, oh, thank you. Thank you for reminding me, Patty. Bougie, we have to pick. See, you don't want to. We have to pick a name out of here. Maybe we're going to pick two. I think we're going to pick two. We're going to pick two. All right. I'm not looking. I'm going to dig here. Let's see who we got. Marie Smith. Marie Smith, are you here watching? Let me know if you're here, Marie, and send me an email that says you picked my name. I'm the virtual ticket winner for the Boss Reseller Remix. Let me pick another one. I need to get just one in my hand. And Stacy Long. Stacy Long. I recycle scrap paper, guys. Stacy Long, you have also won a virtual ticket to the Reseller Remix. Yay! All right, thank you for reminding me to do that. I would have felt horrible had I forgotten that. So please email me right away because I got to send your names over to Katie and Vicky, who are running the event. I cannot believe it's next week already. How many of you will I see? How many of you are coming into town? Let me know if you are coming to the remix. Maybe let me know in an email that you're coming to the remix so I can make a point of making sure that we get to connect and I get to say hi to you. Yes, yes, yes. I'm looking to see if Marie or Stacy are here watching. I'm not sure they are, but they may watch on the replay. All right. Okay. You guys know I do this every Monday. I love that you come back every Monday. I see so many regular faces over here. If you were new here, thank you for coming. I hope you will come back. I hope you will watch the content. We got some exciting stuff coming up. Tomorrow's video, I am shopping with Snazzy. We've got Noah Cam back in action. And then we're going to start showing the progress of getting the new thrift shop open. So that's happening too. There's going to be lots of opportunities for my viewers to be able to buy things. We're going to do live thrifting. We're going to do, oh gosh, lots of fun stuff because you know why? Because I'm in control of it and nobody can tell me I can't film and I can't do this and I can't do that. I get to make the rules and I like that. So with that, everyone, say goodbye. Say bye. Or not. All right. Oh, Whatnot, 3 p.m. Hopefully I'll see you all there. Now you go be profitable and make it fun. We'll see you on the next one.